There you go.
Hey, so I'm a businessman, right? And if I find a depreciating asset, I snap it up and I use it to my advantage. I have a guy in front of me that has had probably more injuries than I've had relationships. And and that's not saying much actually. and then he last time he won was 11 years ago, a world title. That's 11 years is a long time. He's in his 40s. I see the way he walks. He tells me this Achilles injury is gone in the past, but I've seen him walk. I was there. I was in the changing room when his Achilles had snapped, right? I had seen the bicep come off. I've been in the ring sparring with him coming back from that. And I know the difference between when I sparred him before Belly 1 and I sparred him before Belly 2. It was two different people I was competing with. Now, fast forward, 4 more years go by. I stayed active. I'm still fighting. I'm still sparring, and he hasn't picked up a glove. Give him 4 weeks. For me, that's like, if you're all the boxing people out there, the time you win a championship or you win a big fight where you're the underdog is when the guys come off knockouts, right? So he's come off 2 knockouts, he's come off huge injuries, and he hasn't boxed in a while with very short notice to prepare. If I'm ever going to compete with a heavyweight world champion, this is the perfect scenario for me. So go back 15 years, am I going to fight David Haye at cruiserweight? Hell no. But as a businessman, say I wouldn't buy Manhattan real estate in the peak of it. But right now, I don't think he's at his peak. I see him on a huge slide and I'm on the way up and we're crossing paths. And, I know that his ego finds it hard because he's a champion. He's a trained killer. That's all he's ever done. He like even in sparring, I'm watching, you see the videos of him sparring Deontay Wilder and he don't play. So you get in the ring, 30 seconds, he hits you with overhand right. I know that's what David does, right? And I can see a super aggressive David Haye, and I'm already aware. I know exactly what I'm getting into. But for me, this is going to be a relatively easy fight because, as Tony Bellew said it really clearly, David goes too tight. He's going to come out there, and he ain't going to play. Well, I know that, right? So if you know someone's strategy, it's easy to prepare for it. But can his body hold up for 8 rounds? Right? Can he stay there? Is that other bicep gonna go? Is that other Achilles gonna go? Because this is David. It's like you see him even walking around, he's got abs popping out of his ears, If this was a modeling contest, I'd have no chance. But it's a boxing show, and at the end of the day, he's on the slide, I'm on the way up, and I'm going to shock the world. And no disrespect to his accolades, don't get me wrong, I'll never achieve what David's achieved. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in this precise moment in time, I have the better hand. Same way if I have a full house and you got a pair of aces, at that moment, I'm a better poker player than you because I win that hand. And that's all it is. I'm also 38, so only a couple of years younger than David. And I feel like this is my time now. I've really put a consistent 2 years back into training full time. And I beat David in this fight and I dominate like I think I will and I can. I think that the next fights for me will be big fights because, historically people say, well, you pick and choose your fighters or they don't have great records or whatnot. But you can't doubt David's pedigree and heritage. And I'm going up 2 weight divisions, so I've made it as hard as I could possibly make it, besides a direct unification world title against, Dimitri Bivol or Anthony Joshua or someone like that. So I've found the hardest fight I could take, and I've taken it. Off the back of that, I believe when people see my performance, if people see the level that I'm performing at, they will understand that I'm ready for the big fights now and ready to fight for titles again.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Jeremy. Our next question comes from Coogan Cassius. Go ahead, Coogan.
Hi, David. Hi, Joe.
Hi, buddy.
Mr. Cassius.
Hello. Question to both of you, really. Can you, either of you, make any comment on speculation that you both have actually had a serious falling out unrelated to what you two have been talking about today?
I think I'll answer this one first. I think when you're going to get in a ring with a guy like David who only understands one programming, which is alpha male, get him out there as quick as possible. It's hard to be friends because, I'm training to do what he's trying to do to me, right? So we've kind of put our friendship on hold, I would say is fair. And we'll see, we'll see how it is after the fight. But for now, I'm not hanging out with David. I'm not calling him. I'm not trying to be his buddy. I'm trying to move on my path and shock the world.
What do you find will be his strongest tool in his arsenal that you'll be encountering?
I think I haven't when I sparred him, I found that just the size was very intimidating in the ring. You know, I remember jabbing him once and kind of my hand hurt probably more than his arm did. But like I said, that was a long time ago. Things have changed now. I've got bigger, I've got stronger. I'm on the right weights program. So I think, yeah, look, he's got knockout power that's knocked out massive, huge heavyweights. So I got to be really patient in this fight, and I got to really take my time. And as we know, like I said, as Tony Bellew said it, when he gets into deep water in the later rounds, David is a different fighter because that explosive ATP anaerobic power does deplete. And, you know, in the first 3 rounds, David still, I believe, is the most dangerous fighter in boxing, full stop. I think in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, I think that's where things will change and kind of turn in my favor. So I'm going to keep my hands up. I'm going to stay disciplined. I'm definitely not going to try and walk into one of those haymakers. But that pesky jab is going to get irritating round after round. And I'm putting in the work to be able to keep my legs under me, to stay fleet-footed throughout the whole fight. And yeah, it'd be very unintelligent with me to mix it up with a guy that, although, yeah, we have weighed in the same weights before. That was after a really fun summer in Mykonos, me eating gyros, not necessarily of lean muscle like David has. So now it's a whole different situation. I am 2 divisions lower. So I need to work on my strength, which is speed, footwork. And yeah, I have a good chin, but I'm not trying to test it out anytime soon on one of David's overhand rights. So yeah, I just be annoying, be difficult, you know, take him away from his game plan, which is to kind of corner me and bludgeon me. You know, take that away, take that game away, get him to use the things that he hasn't been good at using recently with all his injuries. You know, that Achilles, is it going to hold up 8 rounds with him trying to chase me around the ring? You know, is his bicep going to hold up, keeping it tensed up? Is his neck going to hold up? You know, there's a lot more injuries that I know about than the rest of the media knows about. So I'm quietly confident you guys are going to be really surprised at the way this fight's going to go. And yeah, he's dangerous in the first 3 rounds. I'm going to have to really stay sharp. If I lose any second of concentration, it could end very, very badly for me. I'm aware of that. I'm working on that. And this is about mental toughness. And it's also about, you know, for me, this is achieving greatness. This is my unification world title fight, if I'm ever going to have one, right? So I'm taking this as seriously as anything I've ever seen. I've seen David lay loads of people out in sparring with 16-ounce gloves on headgear that have 30 pounds on me. So there's an element of fear, but I feel that fear brings pressure, and I work very, very well under pressure. So I'm really excited for it. And like David said, I would buy this fight myself because I really want to know how it's going to end.
I really do love how both of you have pretty much stated how both of your game plans are for each other. And Leslie, is this a sanctioned bout? Because I'm not sure if it was sanctioned yet, or is it an exhibition as of right now?
I'm not, for me, whatever the rules are going to be the rules. I'm coming in to do what I got to do. I have a game plan, and that's not going to change regardless of the rules, gloves, whatever time. It's irrelevant to me.
How do you bridge that gap? Is there a way you've been able to do that through sparring, do you think? I think you're on mute.
Go ahead,
I said, hey, yeah. I said, yeah, I've been working with some bigger guys in sparring. I'm working on some slightly different strategies as you would do fighting a guy my size and my height. I think I give 3-4 inches to David. So the strategy of getting inside and getting under his long kind of low hanging jab has been something we've been working on really well. And I think that you know, yeah, world level experience. There's not many fighters out there that have more world level experience than David. So under the lights, I know he's going to be incredible. I know I'm going to be the one with the butterflies. But, you know, I've also fought, you know, I fought in Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Arena. I fought the O2 Arena, actually in the UK, you know, in front of all my home fans. So I feel like the nuances that you pick up being a legend like David, yes, I don't have those, and I'm not going to get them in 3 weeks. I just prepare game plan, which means that I'm not even going to be having. If I get into that with him, I'm going to lose. I'm going to go away from David's strengths and go to my strengths. I'm going to let David try and do his game plan. I'm going to do mine, and I'm going to stick to it. Because remember, I was a basketball player. We ran plays. This is exactly what I'm going to do in this fight. I have a specific play and I have a specific game plan. And if I stick to that game plan, I'm 100% confident I'm going to win this fight. If I veer away and get into 50-50s with David Haye, mixing it up in the middle of the ring in the first 45 seconds, you know, it's going to be, we might hurt the moneymaker, as they say in England.
Everyone's got a game plan till they get punched in the face. Remember that one.
Thank you very much, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Excellent quote,
That's
David.
true. That's true. So the plan is to get punched in the face as little as possible. Is to show in this fight that I belong in the ring with some really high-level fighters. Like I say, shock the world. And then move on to a real fight at my, in any division, really. If I can go from light heavyweight and perform at heavyweight, why not stay there? Go back down to cruiser or light heavy. I'm really open-minded, but I got to get through this challenge first, because if I don't get through this challenge, the rest is history. So I'm really laser focused right now, but I know I can compete at this level. And I know the media doesn't necessarily always believe that, but then they haven't seen me behind closed doors. I've only can beat who's in front of me at the end of the day. And I made a point to put one of the best ever in the history of boxing in front of me. And so now we're going to see. And like I said, it's not like he's 40 and I'm 25. He's 40 and I'm 38. There's 18 months age gap. So it's really like two guys in a similar age range really going at it. And if anyone's at disadvantage, it's me. His experience level is way above mine. I'm giving away 25 pounds. I'm giving away 4 inches, you know. So if I can compete at this level, then people will understand, okay, yeah, this wasn't just some rich dude that's bought his way into boxing, because, you know, I understand that that's not the way boxing works. A poor guy punches a rich guy in the face is irrelevant in the boxing gym, you know. And I've been hit in the face a lot of times. And I know that money is irrelevant in this thing. And that's why I fight for the passion, because I want the accolades to show my children one day, look, this is what daddy did. And so I've always said it, like, whether it's Raycon or David, I'm training the same, I'm fighting the same. And, you know, I actually get more excited about the tougher bouts, but a lot of the times tougher opponents have avoided me. You know, I called out Callum Smith. I even offered him a private jet if he fought me and buy him a house. He didn't want any of the smoke. You know, there's a lot of people I've said, let's do this back in the day when I was competing all the time, and they will avoid me because I'm a banana peel. I lose, you lost to the billionaire boxer, you're a scrub. I win, and then next year I get catapulted up, but no one wants to take that risk. Let me go fight another guy that's in the top 10 ranking, because either way I can come back. Whereas you lose to me, your career's over, right? So I've always been pushed away and shied away because although I came from nothing, although I was a dishwasher, people see me as a rich dude, right? And they don't really allow me to express myself with the gloves on. So I always get pushed away from the big fights. And, I want to thank Triller to allowing this amazing experience for me now, because once I can prove that I belong at this stage, then it's going to be hard for other people to, turn a blind eye to me.